Now for the second half of the answer, I need to bring this into Photoshop to color it and add our graphics. So I'm going to go in my UV editor. I'm going to go to my image UV snapshot. And I have to make sure that this is selected in object mode before I do that. Now I can come down here to UV snapshot and I'm going to hit browse. And I want to make sure that this is going into my coffee mug projects folder images. I'm going to call this UV map. Save. Save it as a JPEG. And I think this is an okay size for this, 2048 by 2048. It's not a very big item. And I could probably even get away with smaller, but I feel like that's a good resolution. I'll hit apply. Okay, now I can go into Photoshop. You can see that I have both of the files waiting. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. So if I go to desktop, it should be in my coffee mug, images, UV map. Now I can hit Control I to invert it. I'm going to double click on this and click OK. And now, great, I'm set up. So I'm going to first maybe grab the coffee stain. So I'll grab this. I'll go Control A to select all, Control C as in cat to copy, and then I'll go over here and Control V as in Victor to paste it. Now I'm going to bring this coffee stain underneath this layer, and I'm going to set this to multiply. Okay, now I should be able to move this underneath, and I could still see through that. And I'm just going to hit Control T to transform, hold down Shift, and make that coffee stain a little bit bigger. Something like that. That looks good. I like that. And now, remember, I think that we said 3 units down for the logo. So I'll go find the logo, and maybe I'll just grab like a little bit like this. Control C as in copy. Control V as in Victor. And then Control T as in Tom. Hold down Shift, rotate it, and I think if I did maybe like that, that should probably be good. Okay, great. I'll double click on it. And now I need to paint the rest of the mug. The inside of the mug, the bottom and the inside walls are going to be white, and the rest of it is going to be this orange color. So to get this exact orange color, I could go to my eyedropper, select this orange, and now I have my paintbrush and I could paint this orange. And I want to be careful that I don't get any of the inside of the mug, but notice that I'm purposely painting outside the lines. Okay, I don't want there to be a thin edge that didn't get captured. There we go, that looks good. Whoop, I gotta be careful. So I should probably do the kind of the careful areas first. There we go. And then maybe around here I gotta be careful. Looks good. Okay, great. Now I can make this bigger, and now I can be less careful. As kids, we're always taught, to color inside the lines, but now I'm kind of teaching you, hey, color outside the lines. It's actually better. Okay? And now I can paint these. That looks good. That looks good. And remember, I don't want to get anywhere near the inside of that. And then this is going to be the bottom of the mug, the bottom, not the inside bottom. And once again, I'm purposely going outside the lines just in case I don't want there to be like a thin white border. Okay, great. There we go. And now the last thing I have to do is turn off the UV. And now I'm going to select this white, exact white, and maybe go to the bottom-most layer, or maybe create a new layer and put this below it. And then I'm going to fill in white, and that should do it. Okay, I can see a little spot that I forgot, maybe right there. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. If I'm happy with that, I'm going to go ahead and save this. Save as. I'm going to call this, and I'm going to put this into the source images of the coffee mug. And I'm going to call this coffee mug underscore color JPEG, and hit save. Now I'll bring it back into Maya. And now I can apply this by simply doing this. Right click and hold, assign favorite material. I want it to be shiny, so I'm going to choose blend. And now over here, I got to find, it's going to be the furthest to the right. There it is. The blend, that's the material. And I'm going to put it on the color area. File. And here it is, coffee mug color, open. And I have to press 6 to see the textures. And I can turn this one off. There we go. Press 3 for smoothing. And now, hey, there we go. I can see the coffee stain on the bottom. And I got the color, and I even have the logo exactly where I want it. So hopefully, that was a simple exercise for you. Yes, there are a lot of steps, but I feel like if you can understand that process of, how this needs to be laid out flat, the relationship that you have with Photoshop and kind of aligning your graphics, and then how to apply it back to your 3D model, that's a great start to becoming great at 3D. I feel like if you know how to model stuff, you know how to add textures to it, you can go a long way. So, awesome.